Hello guys, I hope that you are well. Today we are going to see how to safely load and unload this beautiful Minolta XG-1. There is several versions of this camera, but the process is exactly the same. It's also exactly the same for the XG-2 and for the XG-9. So if you have those cameras, follow it along, that's exactly the same thing. So, the first thing we'll want to do is to make sure that we have batteries inside of this camera, because we will need to turn on this camera to be able to load it. So put fresh batteries and make sure that they are working. The next thing we'll want to do, as a result, is to turn on the camera, so we will be able to shoot it. We'll put this one up here to open the back of our camera. We'll then put our camera flat. We'll take our film. In this case, we'll want to check the ISO, which is 400. It should be 400, 100, 200. There will be a lot of it, but remember this number. It's very important that you remember it because you will need to set it inside of the camera. You'll put this up and you'll put your film inside. You'll put it down, so your film is locked in place inside of the camera. You'll then take this and you will lock it in the little bracket right here, the gray one, to make sure that it stays in place. So you will put it, you want to make sure that it's flat following along here. The next thing that we'll do is that we'll crank the camera, we'll shoot, we'll crank the camera, and we'll shoot. It should be well attached, it shouldn't have moved, we should have something flat that is all well inside of the black teeth, and with some tension, but not too much. That's exactly what we want to achieve. We'll close back the camera, we'll put it flat. The next thing that we'll want to do is actually to set the ISO, as we said before. So how do you set the ISO? As you can see, there is a 200 here, which is not where we are, so you will put this up. As you can see, it goes up. You can go to 100, and we'll go to 400 in our case, which is the settings that we need for this film. We are good here. The next thing is that, as you can see, we are not yet on the 1 in terms of counter. So we'll crank it one more time, and a second time. And now we are at the 1. So we are ready, this is correctly loaded, and we are ready to shoot with this camera. The next thing that you will want to check is that from your 4th to 5th shot, approximately, this guy is turning when you are cranking the camera. So as you can see, it does turn. If it's not turning at the, let's say, 5th to 6th shot, you need to have a look at it and keep looking until the 10th shot. If it still doesn't turn, that's a bad sign. It means that it's not correctly loaded inside, it did disattach, and you will need to open the back of the camera to check what's going on, because, well, you will have blank roll, nothing is getting exposed. But check well, because if it's in fact well attached and you open it, you will expose everything, and everything that you shot before will be done. So go to the 10th maybe, and if it's not turning still at the 10th, that's a problem. The reason it can work without turning until the 5th to 6th shot is that your canister is like basically round with your film that is loaded inside. And there can be some unpressure at the beginning. It could be not too tight. So it can go out without turning, but at one moment you will reach the moment where it's the end and it will start turning. So if it goes out until the 4th to 5th shot without turning, it's fine, but after it needs to start turning. After that, you will shoot your film. So you keep shooting, you keep shooting, keep shooting, you keep shooting, you keep shooting, you keep shooting, and things goes on until you reach the end of your film. So how do you know that you reach the end of your film? Well, first of all, there is a counter. Your film should have 24-36 exposure. You should have saw it when you bought the film. So when you add the number, it pretty much means that you're at the end. And when you reach the end, you should not be able to crank it anymore. It will be locked. Don't force it when it's locked, because if you force it, that's mechanically the end of your film. You will just break your film, and if you break your film inside, you will not be able to put it back in the canister. Your film is dead, as well as all the photos that you have taken. So when you reach the end of your film, now what we want to do is to unload the film to be able to take back our film and put it to develop inside of our lab. We'll turn the camera, we'll push this little black button here, it should flush, and when it's flush, we'll put this one up and you will see that there is a little arrow right here. You will start to turn in the sense of this little arrow, and you will feel that there will be something mechanical happening inside. It's just your film going back inside of the canister. You will keep turning. For you, there may be a lot of turn because I stopped at 14, but if you're at 36, you will have nearly 3 times more. So you keep turning until you feel a little clack that I just had now. It means that it disattached from the teeth here. When you feel this click, you can do like 2 to 4 times turns more on your side to make sure that everything goes back inside of the canister. In my side, I will not do it because this is my dummy film that I used to try the camera, so I don't want it to get completely inside, or else I can't use it anymore. You open, and you should be able to now have the camera. So as I told you, I didn't finish to unroll it, but for you it should be completely inside if you did the 2 to 4 times turn more than it has when you did the clack. So just make sure, do more. Like, there is no harm that you can do by doing more than not enough. It's all good. Then you remove your film. So when you will take it, it should look like something like this, completely inside. You put your film aside and it's ready to go to the lab. Close back the camera. You turn it off because you're done with it, and you're ready to restart the video and load a new film inside, and you are good to go. So I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was helpful, feel free to subscribe. There will be more content about Minolta, so you could find other stuff interesting for you. And if you don't, please at least give a like to the video, because a like is a thank you, and that's how you support the work that has been done here if it was helpful to you. Have a lovely day.